Hi guys, welcome back. So there we have it, Wales 16, South Africa 19. What a tussle, high drama, high intensity, low quality to be honest, very different game to the last semi-final, but in the end South Africa have a little bit too much for Wales. Wales were epic in their defiance. Their whole campaign has been defined by their effort and their defiance, and they nearly got it done. I texted a Welsh friend halfway through, do you need the defibrillator? He said yes. It was, it's been like that for Wales the whole tournament. They've done the nation proud. Send them on an all-inclusive holiday to the Maldives for a month to recover because they've put their all in. But it looked for all money like South Africa were going to have too much throughout this game. Their maul, their scrum, the power just looked too much. South Africa looked a bit uninspired to be honest. Tactically, they're going to probably have to do something slightly better against England, but you never know. If they sharpen up their execution, the power and kicking game could be enough. But anyway, let's have a look at the game. So first of all, 10 minutes in, big hits from South Africa, but Wales have plenty of possession. They're moving the ball wide, and they nearly get away up the left at the beginning there. But it's starting to look like South Africa will have the physical edge. The scrum is not decisive at the moment, but it goes on to be fairly decisive. And the big power carries get their first penalty, 0-3. And South African power carries were dangerous. They were getting over the gain line. It's kind of all they were doing, to be honest, that and kicking, but there you go. But a soft LaRue offside. He made a couple of howlers. He can do that. Many of you guys have said LaRue can be a bit of a liability. He gives away a penalty, 3-3. Then the scrum, South Africa kicks in. Pollard kicked a lovely kick to go 6-3 up. So it's not a pretty game. It's intense, I'm noting at this point. For some reason, after that, Biggar just stops and gets smashed. So you've got to play to the whistle. Biggar does like a little bit of a moan sometimes, to be honest. Yeah, and you saw Eddie Jones and Mitchell in the crowd, and I think their notebook wouldn't be too full on South Africa. Scrum, smash, kick, pretty much go home, to be honest. But, it's a powerful combination if you get it right. Anyway, I'm thinking Wales need to do something special, and Gareth Davies looks like maybe he's the man, making some sharp breaks. He gets away from the scrum so quickly. Wales trying to hook the ball super quick because they know they're under pressure in the scrum, and it's a messy game, loads of mistakes, but it is anyone's game. Adams makes a massive error by jumping the ball into touch. That was a big call. Biggar looks to be struggling, physically getting smashed. But then big maul from South Africa, looked like they might get some points, but Wales turn it over, and that happens quite a lot. Wales turning over valuable South Africa attack. In the end, not quite enough, but some really good turnovers from Wales, and some errors from South Africa as well cost them. They would think they should have scored more points. They were sloppy at times. Anyway, South Africa get into a little bit of a running game, better ball movement, but it's few and far between. Tipuric gets that turnover from a line out, but the smash continues from South Africa, but they make mistake, the ball's cleared, and it's just the story of the match really. South Africa in ascendancy, but then they make a mistake or there's a turnover. I'm thinking at this point Wales just can't go on like this. Surely they're going to run out of puff. And indeed, big South African maul, and the maul was super powerful. They get a penalty, South Africa, good kick, 3-9. And you think Wales need half time for sure. At this point, the Welsh attack is going a bit backwards, but they win the kick battle. North nearly goes up to score in the 22. I think it's a tap tackle stops him. Wales get a penalty, 6-9, so they're back in it. But North's hammy is gone. They don't have a winger on the bench. That looks like a problem. But half-time, 6-9, Wales should be really happy. They looked on the ropes. Are Wales going to have to change their game plan? They've got Watkin on the wing. It's in the balance still, but it just looks like South Africa are on top. Second half starts, and the high bomb kick battle, the game of rugby carries on, and it pretty much just is a kicking fest. Who's going to make the mistake? Who's going to reclaim the kick? But then a bit of a fight breaks out. Tipuric's great in the air and the line out. Wales win a penalty, 9-9. Is this the adrenaline shot that Wales need to get back into this game? So 9-9, and you're just thinking, wow, could they do it? Parks makes a couple of rubbish kicks in a row. He hasn't had a great tournament, to be honest. 2 charge downs, but South Africa fumble that good possession again. LaRue again. gives Wales an out. You know, South African quality was poor, a bit uninspired in attack, but they've still got their power. Biggar gets carry on with moaning, just made a note here. Biggar almost rivals Checker in the moaning stakes. D'Orlando has really got only one direction, route one, and just as I wrote that, he actually puts a lovely little grubber through, so he can do a couple of other things, but he comes on later and makes the try after some power phases. D'Orlando literally holds off 2 or 3 Welsh defenders to power over. Wales will be gutted they let that one go, but something was going to happen from all these power phases, and it just looks like a mountain to climb, but they make the call. Patchell goes on, they've got to try something. Wales get a penalty, go to the corner, and you think they need the points here. So this is a big point in the match. Wales pound the line quite slowly, going nowhere, and you're thinking, right, what can they do? There's a penalty. I wrote down straight away, scrum, go for a scrum. They decide on it, and yes, they do go for the scrum. 5 metres out, quick, good scrum. Break off the back, feed, good hands left, nice hands from Davis to Adams, scores in the corner, and yes, I should have put Adams in the combined team instead of North. That was my mistake in the previous video. And they get the kick as well. What a kick, halfpenny, 16-all, can you believe it? Can they do it? Shingler comes on. I thought that was a good sub to go on. I made a note that Moriarty was loving this battle. They get a penalty off it, a big Moriarty carry. Wales go deep into the 22. Surely one penalty will win this game, but there's a penalty for holding on. South Africa relieve it. This was the big, basic turning point in the game there. 72 minutes. South Africa get back into their super strong maul. Pollard goes 5 from 5 with his kicks, lovely kick, 16-19, and then that is it. Some scrums, penalties, etc., and then it's all over. 16-19, South Africa win. Wow, you know, take a breath, Welsh fans. You must be exhausted, mentally exhausted, but the boys did you absolutely proud. South Africa were too powerful. I predicted they would be too powerful, but you know, Wales did so much better than maybe I'd even anticipated. So impressive. But yeah, South Africa, I guess, deserved to go through, even though they were pretty much error-ridden. You could say that out of the 2 semi-finals, the England-New Zealand one was by far the better semi-final. But you know what South Africa are going to bring to England now. And like Mike Tyson says, England can have all the game plans in the world, but if you get punched in the face hard, anything could happen, and that's probably what's going to happen, what's coming to England next weekend. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. South Africa fans, have they got enough to beat England? Wales fans, how proud of you are you of your guys to get so close? And until next time, I will see you then.